Welcome to another amazing episode of Wat Je Vibe. Came out all the way to the Eastern Cape. No, not really. It is the Eastern Cape. We came for a wedding. Speak to Richard Gush. He owns a cattle farm and they also have a game reserve. So have a look and see how this amazing guy can teach you from business. Business doesn't come in a suit only. It comes in khakis and a Toyota Bucky. Enjoy this one. Richard, thanks a lot for taking me on a drive on your farm. So just explain to us quickly what it is that you guys do on a daily basis.
Okay, so yeah, I'm Richard Gush. I've got a 5th generation farm, cattle farm. We used to farm sheep and cattle, but now we just farm cattle. And we also started 20 years ago a private game reserve and built lodges on it. So what I do on a daily basis is I run a game lodge, which is for tourists. It's a hospitality industry. So yeah, I'm basically the owner manager of that, and then I also look after the cattle on my farm. That's kind of what I do. So it's a mixture of stuff. I'll do office stuff where I will be admin and finance and planning, all that kind of stuff, and then I will go down to lodge and I'll discuss things with my manager and staff. And other days I'll have marketing meetings where I'm chairman of the marketing group. And then on the farm I've got a couple of staff, and we basically every day manage a herd of cattle, which involves looking after them, making sure they have water and feed and all that kind of stuff.
Okay, fantastic. So obviously the whole purpose of the channel is to talk about business.
Yeah.
So is it really as cool as what everybody thinks it is to work for yourself?
Yes and no. I think it takes a certain kind of personality to work for yourself.
Yeah.
So for some people it's definitely not going to work because it requires a lot of self-discipline. So like for instance, my office is at my house, so you could just go and bark off at your house and do less work or whatever, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And also there's a lot of stress to working for yourself in a way.
Yeah.
Because the buck stops with you basically.
Exactly.
So you never can sort of refer it to a manager above you or just give a staff something, whatever, and the responsibility to someone else. At the end of the day, I'm responsible for a workforce, so there's quite a lot of pressure in that side. They get their salaries and their lifestyle from me and my business. So yeah, that is the kind of the downside, is the stress, and I think you need to have a personality that can handle that kind of thing.
Yeah.
The upside, of course, is you are making your own decisions. Your drive and your ambition and everything is going into your own business.
Yeah.
So it is great. What you put in, you kind of get out, and it's very exciting and challenging and satisfying. It's very satisfying to own your own business and run your own business.
Yes.
But I think some people will struggle psychologically because they don't just close the door at 5 o'clock and go home and come to work the next day and do their job that they've been given by their boss. So that's a thing.
Yeah. Obviously, us driving on the farm now, I mean, we've spent a couple of days with you guys now.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's anything more relaxing than driving around like we did with the game range yesterday and saw some animals, like specifically lions and things like that.
Yeah.
But do you ever come to the veld, if I can call it like that, just to refocus?
Yeah, I guess I've got a very split personality business-wise, because obviously I have the farm, so I use the farm actually for that kind of stuff where I will, like today, I could have just done this myself and gone out for a drive at 4 o'clock in the afternoon when it's a bit cooler and just go and enjoy the veld and the nature and the cattle and that kind of stuff. Obviously, if I find there's no water at the cattle, then my stress levels will go out again. But I mean, that is a way for me to refocus and just relax.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the lodge and the reserve are a little different in the sense that whenever I go there, it's a 24-hour business. There's lots of stuff going on. The guests will think that I've got a very relaxed lifestyle when I chat to them on the deck, but actually it's quite stressful, and I don't really get that kind of relaxation there. Occasionally what happens is, like with you guys are here in off season or something like that, I have friends come up and stay with me, then we'll go for a drive on the game reserve with a game ranger or something, then I will relax and enjoy then I'll actually realize what I'm giving other people's experience.
Correct, yes.
But in my daily life, unfortunately, I don't often step back enough to actually say, wow, this is a fantastic view and an experience, because I'm so in it, it's quite a difficult thing to do that.
Now, when it comes to business, obviously, when you guys and is it your nephew that's with you in business?
My cousin. Yeah.
Your cousin. How did you guys, did you have a business plan to say, okay, well, this is the plan, this is how we're going to grow this business? Because obviously it's grown quite a lot since you originally started this. But did you have a business plan for that?
Obviously, the farm's been going a long time. It's multi-generational, so there's been a plan and a vision from my family, my dad, my grandfather. But no, the reserve, I started myself with 4 other guys.
Yeah.
So there we we basically we got together and had a discussion really around a braai actually almost, to look at the possibility of putting our farms together and making a game reserve. And then we took a year after that to discuss how we were going to work together, how the financial thing worked, how the whole business plan would work, and all that kind of. Obviously, it's one thing to be farming neighbours and helping each other, it's another thing to
Yes,
do the business together.
exactly.
So we spent a whole year discussing it. At the end of the year, we came up with a constitution actually, which got the kind of ground rules as to how we would operate. How we would generate our income, how we would divide up the expenses, what our vision and all that kind of stuff. So we had a kind of, I suppose you could say, a 5-year vision at that stage.
Yes.
But we didn't quite have in mind where we are now, because we were starting from ground zero. So we looked at where we thought we'd want to be, in both from a conservation point of view and a wildlife point of view, as well as from a tourism and income generating point of view. So and then we've revised that as we've gone along. As we've sort of developed, we've realized we can actually go further than this.
Yes.
Kind of stuff,
Okay, and the vital thing that you've mentioned now is the fact that you started from the ground up. So there's nothing on the game reserve or even on the farm that you don't know about.
Exactly.
You know everything from groundworks up. So if anybody comes to you, whether it be a manager or someone that you've employed, and they give you lip kind of, you can say, listen, I've been there, I've done that.
Exactly.
Done the groundworks.
Charles and I did the first game drives. Kathy and his wife wife Jennifer, they were our chefs in the beginning.
Yes.
So literally from making a bed to managing the game reserve, we've done all those jobs. So it's exactly as you say. It's never going to be saying to someone, do that, and not actually know what it's what it's like to have done it. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So it's quite a thing.
Interesting. What motivates you?
You jumped that one on me. I think, it's just for me, I've taken over a farm and land and people and things like that, and the community, which has been going a long way. So one wants to maintain that, one wants to improve it, one wants to add value to the life of the people around you in the community, and also to have a good product. So you can't have one without the other for long-term sustainability. So if you need a good product, obviously. So we aim to be a world-class product. First of all, it's a local class product and then a world-class product. But we want to do it with a passion, a compassionate face, as it were. So I think, it's just pride's probably not a good word, but in a way, pride of looking at what one can achieve. That motivates me, is to see what we've done and to maintain it and all that kind of stuff.
Good day, this is Consult on the Go tip of the week. My name is Gerard Brand from BFS Consult, and this week we're looking at micro businesses. So are you thinking about starting your own business? A micro business entity might work for you. So if your income is going to be lower than 1 million Rand, you might end up just paying tax on 3% of that income, and there's no need to keep invoices or slips or anything like that. So if you want to know more, please give us a call.
Raising funds to do the game reserve. How did you guys go about doing that? Because there's lots of animals that had to be bought. You had the land and things like that.
We had a good and a bad situation. The good situation was that when we started, there was a gap in the market for us here. There wasn't a huge amount of competition in our area, so we could do it in quite a gradual phase over 5 years. So we didn't have the money ourselves to just go boom, big 5 reserve, lodges, big international marketing, all that kind of stuff. But we also didn't have backers, or we didn't want to raise. Some of the guys, when they built their lodges, loaned money from the bank stuff, but we didn't want to loan money as a reserve and get ourselves into financial trouble as partners, and then get all sorts of trouble. So kind of we built it as we had the money. So we started with literally Blesbuck and Wildebeest and a couple of giraffe, and a smaller area, and like 3-star lodges and stuff like that. And then over those 5 years, we built it up to the stage where we had all the big 5 and 4 and 5-star lodges and that kind of stuff. So we self-funded, you could say. And we never really overstretched ourselves in that sense. We were prepared to build and gain experience, because we didn't want to also make some serious conservation and ecological mistakes that we'd have to then go back. We wanted to basically go learn with it, the process with it. So that is, we were lucky in that sense. You couldn't do it in our area now. You could not start a game reserve like Amakhala Game Reserve and have the lodges like I've got, like Woodbury Lodge, over a period of time, because market's too tight, too tough. You'd have to get someone in to give you some big money to launch it within a year or two, you know. So we were fortunate that way. But basically, we self-funded over a period of time.
Yeah. The one thing that I really enjoyed about what you said just now is the fact that you started slowly and gradually without overextending yourself, because I think that's the biggest mistake that most entrepreneurs nowadays do. They've got this idea, they go buy new vehicles, they buy new cell phones, they brand it, and they don't have a market yet, so they're not prepared to do the groundworks, and slowly but surely with time actually grow into the market.
I mean, a lot of our stuff originally, like our Land Rovers for our game drives, they were old Land Rovers, like really old, right?
Yes.
Guests asked me, where did you find this Land Rover? Things like that. And sure, there's a problem, you know, there's a downside, they maybe break on a game drive, but you know, now the last 3 years we've managed to upgrade to a full fleet of new Land Cruisers, which are all outrageously expensive, but we actually had the money to pay for them. And the same with the lodges. A lot of my lodges I actually extended because I realized I needed a better facility, you know, that kind of stuff. So, you know, what would be nice to just start with the right stuff, but as you say, we were not prepared to go and spend 550,000 rand on a Land Cruiser or two in the beginning when we had no turnover. You know?
Exactly.
Exactly what you're saying. Also, the big thing is like every year in high season. So we have a very big seasonal thing in the beginning, especially. We have like 8 good months and 4 terrible months. Yeah. So you have to have money in the bank for those terrible months. And so every year I build like a bit of a war chest, like a cash fund. So when we go into winter, I've got like 1 million in the bank because I know it's going to cost me 600,000 rand to get through the winter.
Correct.
Because I won't have the guests. I've got all this fixed costs and all that kind of stuff. So instead of going to buy yourself a new bakkie at halfway through high season, you must realize you actually need that money to get yourself through low season to pay your staff, basically. You know? So that's very important. I think a lot of people do that. They have a good season and then they just buy fancy stuff, and then they have a bad season and then now they're in trouble. You know?
Exactly. That's not proper planning.
Yeah.
If you had to start all over again, what would you have done differently?
Not a lot, I would have obviously some of the when I built the lodge, I built it too small in the sense that not necessarily too few rooms, but the rooms are too small and the bathroom. So what's happened now, when I've had to upgrade, I've actually had to extend rooms, and it's never good from a building point of view. So I contradict myself a little bit in saying that maybe I thought a little bit too small in the beginning. You know what I mean? Maybe it could have been a little bolder. But you know, at that stage, there's always a fine balance between being conservative and being, taking risks. Some guys will tell you need to take risks in business, and other guys say you're going to burn yourself. So I would do that. In our setup here, not a lot different. When we came back to the farm, it was just before we started the game reserve, and had we not started the game reserve, coming back to the farm would probably have been a mistake.
Yes. Because
we would not have been able to sustain ourselves. So, in a way, that slight naivety of coming back to the farm, thinking I was going to make it with that, worked out very well because of the game reserve. But had that not happened,
I'm sure.
No, I wouldn't do anything dramatically different.
Yes. Because I mean, obviously, with every mistake that you make, you learn from that. And that's how one grows. Last question. From a Christian's perspective, how do you give glory to God in your businesses?
I think it's really how you deal with people and situations. You know? So for better or for worse, I don't actually push my Christianity at work. So some people will say, well, you're actually being rather a chicken Christian or whatever. But I don't, but I think you cannot project your Christian your faith in the workplace. And it's very challenging when you've got quite a big workforce because you have to discipline people. Sometimes you have to fire people. You have to be quite hard sometimes. But I think you've got to have, if you have a caring Christian heart for people around you and your workforce, and they can see that in you, and also if you treat them with respect, if they know you're a Christian, even if you're not going around saying, listen, we must have prayers and which I don't do that in the workforce, but if they know you are a Christian just from knowing who you are, and you then treat them with respect, and you're always consistent and with the values of Christianity, that for me is important. Is for people that's how they will come around to the fact that maybe there's something here that's
correct.
They can pick up on.
Yeah, good stuff.
Okay.
Richard, thank you so much. It's
Sure.
really been amazing
Pleasure.
to speak with you.
Sure.
Just lastly, before we go, where can the guests find out about you guys? What is your game lodge called?
Okay, so we are Woodbury Lodge, and we're on Amakhala Game Reserve. So you can just go to www.amakhala.co.za or Woodbury Lodge, www.woodbury Lodge.
And that's near Grahamstown.
And it's between Grahamstown and Port Elizabeth in the Eastern Cape. And we cater for all levels of people, in the wildlife photographic industry.
Yeah.
From 3 to 5 star. We open all year round.
Lekker. Thanks so much, Richard. Really appreciate it.
Cool.
We'll see you guys next week.
Okay.